Norway jury has made its decision on Matthew Kramer. Sasha Nixon has more.
Kramer was found guilty Wednesday of murder, abuse of a corpse, and resisting law enforcement, Wayne 15 reports. Matthew Kramer was convicted of killing and dismembering 55-year-old Shane Newen last year. Kramer's attorney painted a picture of his client as a victim of a sexual predator. Jurors had to watch video footage of Kramer dismembering Newen's body with a machete. The jury has recommended that Kramer be sentenced to life in prison without parole.
A gas pipe in a basement leaked for 2 days before the house exploded August 10th, destroying houses and killing 3 people in an Evansville neighborhood. Evansville Fire Division Chief Mike Larson on how it may have leaked for days before blowing up.
I guess it didn't find an ignition source. Yeah, again, that's 100% speculation on that.
The Indiana State Fire Marshal's office calls it an accident. No foul play is suspected. You may be able to know some of what investigators know about the Delphi murders before the end of the month. A hearing to determine whether the probable cause and charging documents associated with the arrest of Richard Allen should remain sealed has been set for November 22nd. You know the dangers of drunk driving, but what's something that can be just as deadly?
Drowsy driving is in fact impaired driving. Like drunk driving, like drugged driving, and like distracted driving. It's the 4th D of problematic driving, if you will.
Dr. Joe Derjevsky, Vice President of Research at the National Sleep Foundation.
We know that drowsy driving kills an estimated 6,400 individuals in the United States each year.
He says prevention is key to staying safe. Recognize when you're drowsy and to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. The average price for gas in Indiana today is $3.90 per gallon, says Gas Buddy. Prices are down 8 cents from where they were at the beginning of the week. I'm Harrison Silcox. You're listening to Network Indiana.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
A waitress. A mom. We're all part of your community. Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives. It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty, something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not. It's not about paranoia.
Or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
We trust our instincts.
just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Bowman looks forward to getting back on track. I'm Kyle Rickey. That story next on NASCAR Hot Pass, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Your professional parts people. Cleaning your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. On sale now. Buy one, get one free. Plus, double O rewards points. Get more fuel-saving tips from the professional parts people at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
Auto Parts. There's a sound off in the distance, ringing through the hills of Phoenix. The sound of a champion being crowned. 16 drivers will be put to the ultimate test. For 10 weeks and thousands of miles, drivers and fans will be asking, who will roar the loudest in the end? The NASCAR Cup Series Championship at Phoenix, brought to you by Busch Light Beer, Sunday 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
Hendrick Motorsports driver Alex Bowman will return to the scene of his number 48 car this weekend at the Phoenix Raceway after sitting out the last 5 races. Bowman has been recovering from a concussion he suffered during a crash at the Texas Motor Speedway on September 25th, while in contention for this year's championship as a playoff contender. Bowman says he feels ready to make a return to the scene.
I feel 100%. I've been training harder than ever for the last couple weeks, honestly, so probably in a better spot than I was before I crashed, but yeah, I'm really excited to get back.
Sunday's race will also be the final time Bowman gets to work with crew chief Greg Ives, who is stepping down from that role at the end of the season. I'm Kyle Rickey. This is NASCAR Hot Pass, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts on the Motor Racing Network. we're celebrating our 50th season of Coach's Corner on WSLM Radio and ready to take you into the WSLM Sports Zone. Coach's Corner is your chance to get to know your local coaches, players, and staff of each local school and get the X's and O's before the next games. Join us on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. for the Red Hot Stove League for the latest from the Cincinnati Reds, and stay around for Coach's Corner. During the week, you'll also hear from IU and Purdue coaches, as well as updates from Indy Racing, NASCAR, and the Indianapolis Colts. You'll find us on WSLM 97.9 FM and WSLM 1220 AM, along with live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Be sure and follow us all season for a front row seat and a closer look at high school and regional sports.
I am Becky, actually filling in for Nate tonight, and excited about this. We'll be talking with college Green County coaches girls basketball tonight. We're going to be talking about late tonight, I guess you could say. And we're going to start off very shortly with Taylor Stewart from Salem. After Taylor, we'll talk to Karen from Salem. And then we're going to be talking with Susan Livermore, who's from Washington. So it's going to be a fun night for the Friday night. So also want to talk in possibly basketball, a little bit of football,
McDonald's has started Senior Tuesday. Every Tuesday from 2 to 5, seniors receive 25% off their purchase. This offer is not valid with any other offer, and only between the hours of 2 and 5. There's always something to celebrate with McDonald's, with their fresh, hot breakfast, hot cake, bacon, and eggs, and their bagel sandwiches with everyone's favorite Big Mac and Quarter Pounder. And birthday celebrations are back in Salem, Mitchell, and Frenchburg with Renee. Stop by today and find out all the great ways to celebrate with McDonald's. And don't forget, let your favorite senior know about Senior Tuesday from 2 to 5. I'm loving it.
Here they come. Indiana got to him. Indiana football is back. Touchdown! Hoosier fans, Indiana football tickets are on sale for November home games. Catch the action this fall. Memorial Stadium as head coach Tom Allen leads the Hoosiers in the battle against the Penn State Nittany Lions on November 5th. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit IUHoosiers.com. Support the Hoosiers 2022. Go IU.
After a
behind the scenes that the coach does makes me appreciate my coaches I've had in the past that much more. But I feel like it also gives me an advantage being so fresh out of playing, where I can relate to the girls a little more. I can kind of see where they're coming from in terms of life and basketball and all the other things that they have going on. So I feel like that's a little bit of an advantage. But of course, this is my first year coaching, and I feel like I have a lot to learn still. So.
Well, I think we all will be learning. I mean, you're supposed to learn something new every day, right? So every day, everybody's learning, right?
Absolutely.
So Taylor, tell us about the team and talk about your girls and like as far as like are we made up of freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors? What's the ages we got there?
Well, we have 5 freshmen. 5 freshmen coming in. We have 2 sophomores, 1 junior, and 8 seniors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 7 true seniors and 1 junior that'll be graduating early, so basically seniors. We only got her for 1 more year. And I have Andrew Llewellyn, he's my varsity assistant, and then Brian Little, she's my JV coach. So I'm really, Andrew's been doing this for a while. He's really helped me out with all the behind-the-scenes things, making sure I got the shoes ordered on time, shirts ordered on time. And then I was really excited to bring Brian on the staff. She's really energetic, really good with the girls. So I think she'll be a good asset as well.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think. I know Brian, and I know she played at Salem for a little bit, and yes, and her energy. That's well done. Very good. That's going to be great.
Yes, it was a good pickup for me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and that's what it's about. Everybody working together, and of course, getting those the JV and the varsity who comes up, because it sounds like when those 8 seniors leave.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to have to be ready.
Big shoes to fill for sure next year.
Definitely, definitely. Well, and Taylor, do you feel like, you've really been very blessed as far as like your winning and your everything that you've got to experience. Do you feel like that gives you an advantage too because you're kind of used to winning?
Well, yes, I feel like yes it does, but also, I feel like there's going to be some times, some years maybe where I'm going to have to learn to win as well and continue to teach and coach in order to keep the program rolling. So I feel like yes, I've won a lot. I feel like I know really what it takes to win, but just staying adamant about working hard and putting in all the work that needs to be done to continue that streak.
Right. So have you done anything, what's some of the new, have you done anything new, do it your way?
We've done a few things. I think, seniors, it's great to have them. They're mature. They can adapt on the fly, but they've also been doing certain things for 8 years, 10 years, So some of the things I want to implement also are new to them. But they've done really well. They've done really well adjusting, kind of just trying to do what I'm asking of them. I'm really proud of them for that. And we've tried out some zones. I know that's been very new to them as well, but I'm really proud of the way they've adapted to that. They've really taken it on and just tried their best to make it Eastern Zone, even though that's probably that hasn't been said in a very long time. But they've done a very good job at adapting and learning and doing their best to perform at the best of their ability.
Well, it's awesome, and it's going to be fun for the for the fans watching and listening, to see some difference like that, right? I mean, I guess what do you feel like is your strength? Do you feel like you're going to be stronger on defense or your offense? What do you feel more your strength in?
I think both ends of the floor we're going to be pretty strong offensively. I feel like we have a lot of options to go to, so that always helps. We're going to make the defense work in every position. But defensively, I feel like we're long, we're quick, we're tall. We have all of those attributes too that'll make us tough to score on. So I'm really excited to. Because Gordon this Friday, I'm really excited to see, get a true test of what we've been practicing.
And that's a big one. I mean, that's a big one to start out with, right?
Yes, it's not like that's going to be a rivalry game, so
yeah,
not a small task for us. They're going to be pretty good this year, and so we're going to have to bring our A game.
Well, they're going to want you, okay? There's just a thin line there between Gordon and Deacon, okay?
Yes, exactly.
So, well, that's going to be exciting, and it makes it fun, and you talk about jumping right in, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, well, that's the way to go, and it's going to be exciting to see. Of course, Taylor, this is, I feel like you growing with these girls. It's going to be a growing experience. From right now, we're talking about before the game, before your first game, and then when we talk about at the towards the end of the season, it's going to be crazy the difference and the growth that you and the girls are going to have.
Yes, and I told them that on the first day of practice. I said, we're going to be learning from each other this year and for years to come. So I want to make this the best experience for you guys, and I want to win.
Right, and we know that's the very strong priority. But also, I know that you and I had spoke to. I'm going back to the coffee club when you were on. We talked about too. You're raising young women, wonderful young women that are going to be part of society and part of communities and go on. And these skills and everything they're learning right now, they'll take with them for the rest of their life.
Yes, absolutely. Just the leadership, the accountability, things like that will make them successful now, but will also put them ahead out in the future. I feel like is very important to me.
Right, and learning to work with it, as a team, and working, and you're going to have all different kinds of personalities, and learning that, and of course we know that there's good days, bad days, and especially, and like Don Fisher always says, we have to remember the age, they're high schoolers, and they've got a lot going on, from their homework to to other things going on in their life, and and it's an exciting time, and it's a great time in their life.
Yes. And I want them to be able to enjoy these years. I still feel like some of my best years were in high school, and I look back at some of those are my fondest memories, and I want to grow up to cherish those moments as well, and not just in basketball, but every other aspect of high school.
Right, exactly, and that's the big picture of it all. You know what I mean? And that's exactly right. And of course, you want to get some wins because wins are fun, and everybody likes that winning.
Yes, absolutely.
So as far as the season starting off, and of course, do you feel like some of the other schools, what you want to name, maybe it's too early right now. I guess you kind of got to see how everybody's at. But do you feel some of your other schools that are going to be tough? Do you know any that comes to your mind right now?
Well, Brownstown moved into our sectional, which they're tough in the regular season anyway. So that's going to be a tough one. We'll play them hopefully twice this year. We'll get to it. That'll be a tough one. Corden's going to be good this year again. Those are the two off the top of my head that I think are really going to challenge us. And I feel like every game, I got to think as a first year coach, every game's going to be a challenge. Just because we're doing stuff new, and who knows what other coaches are going to go up against us. So I think every game's going to be a challenge, but I think we're up for it.
Well, I agree, and it's going to be. It's definitely a lot to take in and get hurdles, I'm sure. But I think you're going to do fantastic, and I think that like you said, I think the relationship, you're going to grow, they're going to grow, and everybody's and that's what it's about. Everybody as a team working together, and of course, bringing in some new ideas and sharing that's got to be exciting for sure. So let's talk about your gym. How beautiful! Aren't you excited about your gym at Eastern?
Yes.
Taylor, that's gorgeous.
Yes, it is. It's I've always appreciated the sunken gym, and the new floor is beautiful, and it means a lot to be back there coaching on it.
Definitely, and I think it's and I just think that's exciting for you. And I know, starting off and having that nice. Of course, it's not it's not too old at all, and having that nice gym floor and the nice. It's going to be a fun time. Well, we wish you a good season. We wish you good luck, and of course, the guys, your dad and Mikey Bat West will be doing the. Is that exciting for you?
Yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait to walk up there and listen to what they have to say after the game, because they don't really have to have a filter with me,
No. Taylor, what were you thinking? No,
yes, exactly. So, I'm excited.
I can see them doing that. Well, hopefully. Well, you fire back at them, okay, Taylor?
I will.
I know you will. Well, listen, I'm so proud of you, and I'm excited to see and cannot wait to listen. And we're excited about the game. So your first game this coming Friday night, Eastern playing Borden. And we want to encourage everyone to go to the game, but you can listen to the game while you're there, or, if you can't get to the game, you can listen to it on Wslm, so we're excited about that.
Yes, thank you, Becky.
All right, thank you, Taylor. Keep up the good work, Hannah, okay?
Will do, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that is Coach Jury there, and we're very proud of our first season at East Washington School Corporation. We are going to take a commercial break, and we'll be talking with Coach Gary Hickey from Salem right after this.
Surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Whenever the forecast is nice, you're probably thinking about enjoying the great outdoors. Whether that means doing some four-wheeling or hitting the road in an RV, First Harrison Bank can help make your dreams a reality with a loan designed to meet your needs. Talk with one of our associates about our options for RV, boat, and camper financing. If you're looking for a great auto loan, we can help with that too. To get started, just visit us at firstharrison.com. Keep it easy, keep it local. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Keep playing. Keep working. Keep going. And keep moving with the exceptional orthopedic care at Baptist Health. With an experienced team and a full line of advanced services and procedures, it's no wonder most people choose Baptist to help them keep on. Keeping on. Visit baptisthealth.com/ortho to find a Baptist Health provider.
Communication is important on the football field just like in life. That's why Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent Jason Petmeyer wants to get to know his customers. Whether it's auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, Jason will listen to you and help you create an insurance plan to match your needs. Call Indiana Farm Bureau agent Jason Petmeyer at 812-883-2995 or stop by his office at 813 South Jackson Street in Salem. Jason Petmeyer is a proud supporter of the Salem Lions.
All right, and that was talking about Pep there, and he actually does a lot of our announcing too for WSLM. We do have on the phone, and we're glad to be joined with Coach Jerry Hickey from the Salem Lady Lions. Good morning, good evening, Coach Hickey.
Hi, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, I usually do a morning show, you know. So we're so glad to have you with us, and thank you for taking time. And of course, you actually have been coaching at Salem for, I believe, like 10 years. Is that right?
Yeah, I think this is year 10.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy to think of that. And of course, you've had, we're going to go ahead and, we just talked to Taylor Drury, she's new, and then after you, we'll be talking with Kristen Missamore, and she's new, so you're kind of, if you will, the veteran of the group here. And of course, Salem's had 20, last season you had 20 wins and 3 losses, and in your career at Salem, you've had 148 wins and 75 losses. That's a great job.
Well, we've been fortunate to have some good players go through these last several years.
Yeah, very blessed for sure, and definitely. Let's talk about some of the things going on, and I guess some of the hurdles that you're going to have to get over. And let's talk about our team and talk about our girls and a little bit of the grades we have, and I guess the degree of difficulties and the positives that we got going.
Okay. Well, the biggest hurdle that we have really to start the season is just lack of experience. We graduated 5 seniors last year, and then it's been hit hard with graduation losses the years before that. So the last 3 years we graduated 7 all-state caliber players. So we definitely have some kids that are short on experience, but we've got some talented kids that work hard, so we think they're ready to fill those shoes. But it will be a little bit of a learning curve coming out of the gate.
Right, and how many seniors do you have this year?
Just one. We have Sydney Brown.
Okay,
She's our lone senior.
Okay, and then how many juniors do you have this year?
We have 7 juniors, and then we have 2 sophomores and 4 freshmen.
Oh, wow. All right. Wow. Well, yeah, that's going to... hats off to the one senior, right? I would say that's going to be, I guess, kind of a nice mixture there because, you have a lot of, basketball now starts so early, and especially with the girls and, of course, your JV going up the ranks there. And, of course, I guess with the juniors and stuff, it looks like next year, too, is going to be another great year, too.
Well, we hope so. I guess the one good thing about only having one senior is you have them all coming back the next year. So.
Right, yeah. Well, so tell us a bit about the, you're going to start off with Seymour. Do you know anything about Seymour? And I guess what are you feeling like is going to be the biggest challenge?
We've beaten them several years in a row, so they're going to be ready to try to give us one back. They're a big school, well coached. They were pretty young last year. They graduated a couple seniors that had played for 4 years, but he had a real talented group of freshmen last year that are going to be sophomores, and they'll be the majority of the minutes this year. So they're long, they're athletic, they like to press, they like to get after you. So it definitely will be a tough contest to open up the year with.
Definitely. Now, is it, now when you, being a coach for 10 years, is it like, do you try new things, or do you kind of just stick to, how do you decide on what you're going to do? Or do you just kind of, I guess, make it more personal per each school? Like, okay, we know what Seymour's got, so we're going to have to, I guess, format to that.
Yeah, we'll have to do some new things this year. We'll play a little different than we have in the past. I like to play up tempo. I like to press, get out and run, but that's not really how our team this year is built. So this year will be more of a slow down approach. We won't look to press and play full court very often. We'll value possession of the ball more than we have in the past. So I think it just kind of comes and goes with different teams, different personnel. We're not colleges, so we can't recruit to the system that we like. We have to kind of mold around the teams that we have, the players that we have. So we will definitely have a little different style of play this year than we have the past 6 years.
Oh, I like that. It's really interesting to hear that, because like you said, you take what you've got, and then you work with it, and everyone has talents and everyone has skills, and you have to bring those out and find those, and therefore it's going to be a little bit different the way you're doing things, but I'm sure it's going to get it done.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah, definitely. So as far as like when you do that, it's really cool to know what's like in a coach's head, I guess, if you will. But when you do that, so like, do you realize that as soon as you start practicing, and what your makeup's going to be like?
Well, I think year in, year out. I can tell because of these kids that played JV last year, and just knowing them coming up, that we've known this is the way we're going to play for a while. And I can tell you right now that we'll play this way next year and the year after. And then when our 7th grade gets there and our 6th grade gets there, we'll be back to up-tempo, pressing, and playing fast. So as a coach, if you're invested, you kind of know what's coming down the pipeline and how you're going to change over the next several years.
Right, and that's why like those feeder programs and like the starting young is so important, because you kind of get that look and feel for each grade.
Yep.
And each grade is so unique and so different.
Absolutely, especially with schools our size. There's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be years where you have, these last few years, we've had several classes of real talented kids, and it's hard for a school our size and in our area to really stack classes, and that's when you have a chance to do special things, is when you're able to stack classes back to back to back with a bunch of talented kids.
Right. And who are some of your, let's talk about your coaching staff.
I've got Don Burke back as my varsity assistant. He's been with me for about 10 years. And then Mackenzie Underwood is the JV coach. And J.D. Wade Swift's back in an assistant role. He's been our director of basketball operations, but now he is kind of stepping into even more of a coaching role than before. And then Natalie Dean, who graduated last year, is coming back, and she's serving as a volunteer assistant as well.
Oh, that's awesome. And I'm sure the girls are happy about that.
Yeah, she's a good buffer in between the coaches and the kids. And, she can relate to them well, and they feel comfortable, I think, talking with her and letting their opinions known to her, and a little less intimidating to go and sit and go on one of the main coaches.
Right. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Well, and everybody, has a role, and every role is important for sure.
Yeah, that's the plan. We work well together. We lost Christy and Wade from last year. Those are two coaches with a lot of experience that have been around those groups of kids for a long time. So it it'll be kind of a feeling out process, and there'll be some bumps in the road, even for our staff, just seeing how we mesh together. And I'm sure the roles among the staff will change as we go on through the season.
Right. So as far as how many games do you know, or if I'm going to put you on the spot, how many games do you have this season?
We'll have 23 for sure.
Wow.
Well, 24 with sectional.
Okay. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, it's a lot of games. It's spread over a long period of time. Basketball's the longest season.
Yeah.
It definitely is a grind.
Right. So, and also it's also the sport that goes through all of the colds, flus, and sicknesses and all that too, right?
Yeah, you hear me coughing here in the background. So it's going to be hard this past week, and so I basically was non-existent in our scrimmage. I think I had the flu, and we've got a couple that are sick now. My daughter's been pretty under the weather the last couple nights, so it's one of those things where you almost just want to get through it and get it done early and have it go through the team and then be ready to move on after that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I know that happens a lot, but everybody, it goes through and battles, but it seems like this is like, it seems like there's games all the time, you know what I mean? And it's a lot for these athletes, for these young ladies to keep, to keep their health up, plus, and keeping, nutrition and also, the normal flu and colds, and they say that that actually those are really kind of hard, and they're hard to hurdle over, and everything. So you've got to keep that. But how do you keep your team motivated, like mid-season? I guess like halfway, or let's a little about halfway through maybe.
It really is tough, and it gets tougher every year as kids get more involved in things. We lose kids to things that 20 years ago you just can't imagine. I mean, we lose kids to cell phones that would just rather be sitting home on their cell phones watching TikTok than they do going to practice every day. And, travel volleyball has hurt basketball. Travel softball has hurt basketball. And the numbers in Indiana and all over the country are way down in girls athletics. So I was reading on the forum today in Indiana just how many teams now don't have JV teams. And the number one team in the entire state can't field a JV team in 4A and haven't for the last couple of years. And the number two team in the state 3A doesn't have a JV team. And I think there were 5 teams today that canceled their seasons because they don't have enough girls. So you're starting to see it a whole lot more than anybody ever dreamed about 20 years ago that we'd be fighting. And we're low on numbers. We have 15 right now. We have 2 out with injury, so we're practiced every day with 13. And it's tough. It's a grind. It's hard to ask 16, 17-year-old kids to give what they have to give every day. Mm-hmm. And, it's a 4-month season. It goes over Thanksgiving break. It goes over Christmas break. Yeah. And so it truly is a grind.
Definitely. And that's something that, I know if they stick with it and they stay with it, the reward is going to be, and they'll forever look back, and be grateful. No one has ever said they wish they wouldn't have played basketball, You have some that said they wish they would have, But I do think those hurdles are something that you're going through, and I feel for that, and I feel through during the season. We air the games and we have the games, and I feel for those girls, and the guys too. But I feel for them because I know that, they've got a lot going on, but it's so rewarding, and it's such a great part of your life that you won't be able to do when you graduate, unless something does come your way, but not everybody's going to get that opportunity. So, we encourage everyone to try this and do it, but I think that as a coach, I think you guys have a lot of, to work out, to do.
Well, and I think that's why for me, it's about the experience, it's about the journey, You've got to make it enjoyable. And we're just not at a spot where you can be that guy that is just constantly so hard on them. And, the old Coach Knight, who is, my favorite coach of all time, but just having that mentality more is tough because kids don't want to be yelled at. They don't want to be told what they're doing wrong all the time. And they say they know what they're giving us to be there. And so I think you really
Right. And yeah, you're right. And then we talked about just the sicknesses and stuff, but also you're talking injuries too, and that happens a lot.
Yeah, we'll open the year without our only senior. She got hurt on the second play of volleyball season and missed about 10 weeks. And we thought we were about to get her back, and then she got a setback and hurt her ankle again. And so we'll start the season without her and cross our fingers and hope that in the next few weeks maybe she'll be able to play.
Yeah, and that's something that happens quite a bit, and that's something you really want to stay away from for sure. I know that. I understand that. But let's talk about, okay, so you open against Seymour, and then who are some of the teams that we really need to, I guess, are you going to feel there are some of the tough ones out there for you?
In our area, our sectional in our conference, it starts with Corden. Corden was 21-2, maybe last year 21-3, and they basically return everybody. They're going to be on the top of the conference and sectional, the favorites. Charlestown returns the majority of their starting five. I think they returned 4 starters. They had a great season last year. In our conference as well, I mean, Eastern has a load of seniors and just talented kids that have been playing together for a long time. So those are the 3 that that are in our conference. We don't have them on the schedule anymore, thank goodness, but Bedford is the number 2 team in the state, 40 miles from here, so they're one of the best around, but a lot of good teams in southern Indiana.
Right. And then the holiday tourney, where is it going to be this year?
This year we're playing at Triton Central on December 27th, 28th.
Triton Central, okay.
Yep, east of Indianapolis.
Okay, and that's the holiday tourney. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, put that on your schedule and make plans for that. Okay, and going back, Coach Hickey, I know time's getting by, but I appreciate you being generous with your time. When you talk about the senior having an injury, which we pray for her to speedy recovery, but so who stepped up in the leadership position? I mean, have you seen do that?
After that, we have Kendall Hickey. She's in the leadership position. She's been around the basketball court her entire life, so she knows what expectations are. We're counting on her to come in and play a big role for us. So our scrimmage the other night, she tied our school record for threes in a game, and I know it's just a scrimmage, but shot it well. And Lady Roberts, she's going to be expected to handle the ball a ton for us. And usually when your point guard has the ball in their hands, that comes with an expectation of leadership as well. So our junior class really just going to have to kind of come together and take on that role as a group, and especially until Sydney gets back. I mean, Sydney's our unquestioned leader, and I think the girls all know that, and we'll look to her when she gets back. But it'll be nice where we have different people step up at different occasions every night. We have several kids that aren't going to say a whole lot, but will just come out and lead by example, do the right thing, and play hard every night.
Right. Well, and how is it coaching your daughter? How is that? Are you harder on her?
Oh, no doubt I'm harder on her than anyone else.
Yeah.
And she knows that and has that expectation. So we try to shut it off. When we walk out of that gym, I make sure if I have anything constructive to say, I pull her in the coach's office and do it as players before we come home and sit around the dinner table. So it's about high expectations, but it's also about you want it so bad for your kids. You want your kid to be a part of something special, and to do that, you have to push them, and I do push her harder. I've already 2 weeks into practice have said things to her that I've never said to another player in 21 years of coaching. So, it definitely is different, but I think she maintains a good attitude about it, and she understands that, she's still my favorite basketball player of all time.
Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. Okay, and you're going to be stuck in bed forever. She's going to hear that dad mode, and then she's going to hear that coach mode.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it is hard to turn it off.
Yeah, but but we all, any one of us, if you've done sports or done anything, we all go back to those coaches, and and you use those in adult life. Every one of us has that one coach that you'll never forget. Just like you were talking about Bob Knight, that's your favorite coach. He has things and that you will never forget, you know, and we all have had coaches, you know, in high school or if you've gone on further, you know, that you can remember great things that they've told you and to motivate you.
Yep, absolutely. And so you just, you hope you do the right thing and say the right thing, and just the relationship you have with them is what sticks with them beyond here. I mean, you know, we won some big games and had a lot of fun here, but I think one of the things I'm most proud of is just how tight-knit and close our team's been.
Yeah.
You know how many texts I still get from the girls, and
yeah.
You know, our group last year just texted 2 nights ago about getting together around Thanksgiving or Christmas and going to dinner. And so those are the things that you can't get back. And then someday when you look back on a 30-year coaching career, those are the ones you remember and are really proud of.
Yeah, I think I have to tell you a story. This is one I'll never forget. I think there was I was out here one night for Coach's Corner, and you brought the team or something. And there was a community, I think it was it might have been a Big Mac. And I mean, everybody, one Big Mac, and everybody was eating it. Everybody was taking a bite. So I thought the team that eats together stays together, right?
That's true. We definitely like to eat together, too.
I love that. Well, Coach Hickey, thank you so much. Good luck. We'll be, I know Matt Abbott's chomping at the bit, and he'll always do the play-by-play color and stats, and who he'll have with him. I think he's got a couple of different guys that'll be with him, and I know he's been already, he's been already saying, we're ready to go. Well, okay, we got to wait for the game time.
We're almost here.
Yeah, almost. Well, thank you again. Keep up the great work, and your record shows what a great coach you are, and we know that. So we appreciate you taking time for us, and good luck on against Seymour. Okay.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, and we're going to be talking with Christian Mosier from West Washington, and we'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Becky White, and I'm running for a seat on the Salem Community School Board. I'd like to continue working for the best environment for our children to learn at Salem Community Schools. We've hired a new superintendent to guide Salem schools into a bright future, and we're going to be the only school in the Midwest to have safe rooms in all 3 schools, which will protect our children, and it also gives us the ability to provide more educational opportunities for our students. I'd appreciate your vote on November the 8th to continue working for your child and for the community. Remember, vote Rebecca Becky White. Thank you.
We are back here, and I do want to make a big blurb, I guess. It's Kristen Missamore. Kristen, I will get to know you, and you are actually exciting to talk with you, and you and I texted a little bit, so this is the first time we've got to talk.
Correct.
Yes. Thank you for calling in here on the program, and this is kind of something that we like to do, and it's good for the community. It's fun for for everyone to and for the coaches to kind of do something, and kind of let us know about your team. But let's find out first of all, because this is your first year at West Washington School Corporation. So let's find out a little about you.
Alrighty. Well, I'm from Bedford, and it's my 29th year of teaching. I've been in and out of coaching at multiple levels, and I coached up at Westfield at Cecina High School also. So I pretty much lived basketball my whole life. My father, Pete Prickett, who at North Lawrence, he's got 2 state championships and 2 state runner-ups. So it's always been in my blood. It's just kind of what my family always did, and my kids both played, and I had actually gotten out of it for about a year after my son graduated from high school, and so I got out of it because, I'm their mom, and I wanted to make sure I was there for them, so I'd gotten out of it. Then the year after he graduated, I was kind of like, what? I kind of missed that game a little bit. So it was really just, things just really fell into place for me in West Washington, which I feel very blessed, and feel like things just, things seem to happen for a reason, and the job opened up, and I was actually looking for a teaching job there, and the coaching opened up, and the principal called, and that's how interested I would be in I put in my resume, I'd be interested in basketball, and it just fell into place. And I feel really blessed right now, and I'm really happy with the school. I'm happy with my
girls basketball, and I'm tickled. So.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Well, yeah, and it's awesome how sometimes things just come together. You just know it's meant to be, right?
Yes, and it feels right, and things are, girls are working at it, and I'm working at it, and hopefully we can, show some things here in basketball.
Now, did you actually have much time, I guess, as far as practices? Because were you already did you get usually because basketball starts earlier, did you miss out on some practices, or
Well, I missed out on the month of June, which is when the girls can actually play a schedule and play other teams, so I missed that. I did try to get them in, and they did. The girls came in July, but in July there is volleyball, softball, cheer, 4-H. So I really just wanted to meet the girls this summer, get to know them, look them a little bit, know philosophy, and just get to know me a little bit, and I can put faces with the names of, I talked to some people about, and so then we had some players that didn't do volleyball or anything, so I did some workouts during the fall, but so we've had 2 weeks together with the girls and getting, my philosophy in, and them know, it's just all new, offenses, defenses, my philosophy. So they've had a lot to learn. I'm trying to give them baby steps, and but I tell you what, they are a hard-working group of girls, and anything I've asked, they're trying, they're learning, and it's been a great 2.5 weeks actually. So 2.5 weeks, and we've gotten a long way. So I'm really happy with the progress we've made in just a couple weeks here.
Right, and I think it's wonderful, and I love the well-rounded. I do like, I feel like high school goes by so fast, and it's nice to try different sports, but we do know that a lot of times, it can be hard, when you're really trying to, get a team together and you're new too, and they're learning you, and you're going to be, and coaches spend so much time with their teams, and you have to have that relationship, and it's awesome that you guys are experiencing that, and what a blessing to have you come to the school and be a part. It sounds like the girls are gonna learn a lot too from you. But let's meet your girls. Tell us a little about, you have freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors. Tell us about your team.
Well, to start out, we have no seniors, so so we are very, very young.
Okay.
We have 4 juniors and 3 sophomores and 5 freshmen. So we're super young. Only 2 girls last year with a lot of varsity experience, and then a couple of them with some varsity experience. So we're really young, and this is all new. And I always think too, the freshmen, as they're coming in here, to think that they were playing 8th grade basketball last year, and now they're going to be playing against girls, much older than them, and they've had some time in the gym playing some of these varsity games. So I've been real happy, though, with the girls as far as, how hard they work, and just the sense of understanding the game I've been really happy with. We actually had a scrimmage over the weekend against Floyd Central as a 4A team, and we did great. We actually came out on top on that one, 50-30.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Super happy with the girls, and I tell you what, myself and the coaches were talking, and it's just, it's getting the girls to understand how big that was. Girls, that's wonderful. That's what you just accomplished, and they just kind of look at us and well, was that good? Yes, that's wonderful. So, I would really love to build a program. I've had success as a player. I've played in college, and I want them to experience that excitement, and I try to explain to them that, what, in high school you have 4 years, girls, and you got your community behind you, and the school's behind you, and where else can you go and have your friends come and sit in the stands and cheer you on, and just, I want them to experience all the joys and the excitement that can come with playing a sport, And yes, are there downtimes and you got to work hard and, you know, late nights and a lot of other stuff too, but I really, really want to try to build this to where, you know, these girls can experience some of those highs that comes with the hard work.
Right, right. And it's, you know, and it can be very challenging, you know, their age, and there's a lot of, you know, you have homework, you have, you know, school, you have a lot of other things going on, you know, and so it can be, I guess, as far as, like, your team, I just talked with Coach Dickey from Salem, and, you know, I guess about mid-season, there's a lot of basketball games. I mean, do you know how many you have on your schedule? I mean,
I think we're around 26, and I added a tournament over Christmas break. We had Shoals on there during Christmas break, and that was the only game we had during Christmas break, and I feel like, you know, if we want to start building and you know, being competitive, so I added a Scottsburg tournament over Christmas break.
Oh.
So I feel like that's a good step in the right direction there, and you know, we may take some hits there, or we may go in there and do well. I don't know. You know, we have a lot to learn, and you know, and I'll be honest with you, I've always been in 4A as far as, you know, what games I'm watching and working with and all that. So I'm really new to the 1A teams and things like that. So I'm really learning too. I'm not sure where we stand yet. I think we're going to do good, but you know, I'm going to have to see. I'm learning with the girls on that.
I love that. Well, it is a learning experience, and of course, you know, you shoot for the stars, you know what I mean, and of course, see, I like that. I like that you know, picked up that extra game, and of course, that's even, you know, better and more experience. That's just more learning. They're going to, you know, every time they have a game, they're going to learn.
Right. And I got to looking at our schedule also, and we have 8 ranked teams right now that we're playing in 1A and 2A. So I feel like, you know, there's some teams there that we should be able to gauge where we're at. And I told the girls, I said, our goals, you know, girls, with any team, you want to go after your conference. And I said, you always want to go after that tournament and those sectional games too. So, you know, those are our goals. And I've got to convince the girls though that that's what, you know, we're here. We're shooting for that. So, you know, it'll be neat to see how we grow through the year and how we can compete with the other teams and where we stand. So hopefully we can continue to grow as the year goes.
Right. And your first game is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night against Clarksville.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then our one Saturday against Linton, we're trying to get it rescheduled. They are at state for volleyball. So we're given a few dates, and they're giving a few dates, and we're trying to get that to work out. So we do not have a game on Saturday that's on our schedule. So.
Okay, and then do you know anything about Clarksville? Have you kind of done your homework on them?
Yeah, we've looked at some game film and things from, of course, they haven't played yet, and so we're just looking at things from last year. So we were looking at their press and their defense and some of the things they do on offense. So we'll just have to see how we react to things, and hopefully we've got the right game plan.
Right. And Coach Myers last year was with the girls. What are some of the things you want to do it kind of your way? What's some new things you thought?
Yeah, I am a big man-to-man defense person. You know, as soon as they cross that court, I want my girls putting defense on them. His philosophy is more of his own, packing it in, which is, you know, fine, just different philosophies.
Right.
So I want the girls, my philosophy is we go at them, strong defense, you know, I think creates offense. On our offense, you know, I've been working with the girls on setting good screens and you know, screen and rolls and just spacing and using each other and what's a good shot, what's a bad shot, you know, good shot selection, things like that. Looking for the open man, and then just building these girls' confidence up and convincing them that, you know, you can do this. You can put this ball in the hoop, you know. So I don't know. We're probably going to be a little more fast-paced, I think. I know the girls have mentioned that. So we'll just have to see. We'll see how things go.
Well, and you know, and that's what you've got to personalize it. You're the coach, and it's awesome. You know what I mean? And the teams, you know, I always call it the shepherd and the sheep kind of, you know what I mean? And I love it when you're sitting there and the coach yells, a play or something, and every girl hears it. You know what I mean? Through a loud gym. It's so awesome. That relationship, that coach and player relationship. I always love that, and I love that about basketball too. But because this is a lot. I mean, you've got a lot of games and a lot on these girls. They're teenagers and they've got a busy schedule anyway. But I guess so. Do you have some plans of maybe keeping them motivated like halfway through? Because 26, 27 games. That's a lot of games.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that if we can win some games, that'll help in the motivation department.
Right.
If we can win games, and I am not. I mean, if you ever see us play, I'm not a yeller screamer. I am a teacher by trade. I teach, and I'm trying to teach these girls. Like if that wasn't, the girls know they made a bad pass. Like I don't need to reinforce it by being loud. I need to tell them, like, okay, next time let's try the reach around pass, or maybe a pass fake, or maybe a spin dribble out of it. I'm a teacher, and that's what I want to be, and I want the girls to feel like that they are learning as the year goes on, and that I do care about them, and I want to make them the best basketball player. My staff, I've got a great staff. We care about the girls, and we want them to learn the game of basketball, and hopefully as we do that, the wins will come. So, we'll just, like I said, we'll just have to see how things go.
Right. Now, let's talk about your staff.
Okay. I have, I call them my young guns, or my assistants. I've got Ryan Russell, who, has all kinds of records at West Washington. So I've got her. She can shoot the lights out. She has some, and I always tease her. I said, how are you the leading scorer here, and you were the leader in assists? I said, you weren't supposed to pass the ball. I just teased with her. But so she's from West Washington. She has been great. I call her mini mom. She takes care of these girls and makes sure they've got everything they need, and she's helped me. So I'm not great with technology, and she's helped me with that and helped motivate the girls. I mean, she's good with talking with them. And then I have my daughter, who's my other young gun, and she was a successful basketball player. She top 60 as a senior, and she had a scholarship, went to Hanover. She's a motivator. The girls really seem to connect with her. As I said, I'm not a yeller and a screamer. She is the most excited, hyper individual. I don't know how she's my child, but the girls just love her excitement, I believe, and she is so excited. She talked the other day about how excited she was for the girls on Saturday, and because we still live in Bedford, so we're driving back and forth every day, and she said, Mom, I just teared up and cried on the way home. I'm so proud of them, so she really cares about these girls too. And then my JV coach is Mike Lewis, who is actually my preacher. So I thought, why not bring a preacher to your staff? But anyway, he's calm with me, but he's coached all levels, Bedford boys and girls, and just has that old school kind of, pick and roll and screen and good help defense, things like that. So I feel like I've got a really good mix of young and kind of the old, and motivation, and we see, maybe Mike and I see more sometimes from a parent standpoint of what the girls are thinking, and then we got my young guns who, they're firing them up and trying to get them motivated, and I think we have a really good mix, and, I feel like I've got a great staff that I can ask basketball, what do you think we should do here, think about that, and I'm really satisfied with my staff. So, and then also, my father, who, of course, I've got him, he's 88 years old. He's actually, I'm sitting in the ER parking lot right now because I've got him in the hospital, but he's also my scout. I've got him helping me, top offenses and look at game film with him, so I kind of got me a little sidekick at home, too, when I go home and we can talk basketball. So
I love this. This is so awesome. Wow, what a wonderful, group. That's fantastic. And I'm thinking, Mike was the preacher, right? I mean, he's do some heavy praying there, right?
That's right. Yeah, I feel like we've hit it all. I mean, So.
Now, are you related to Todd Pritchett then?
That's a distance.
Okay, that's cool. Because the name Pritchett is pretty popular with West Washington. Yeah. Well, and your dad is doing okay, and I really appreciate you taking time for me here, or taking time for us here, and you've got a plate full of things going on in your own life here, and you've taken time for us, and you're just really pretty awesome, Kristen.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And
I thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we will talk again. I'm not normally the one that does this program, but I'm the B team. I'm usually on the sidelines or somewhere, on the bench or something. But I'm so happy that I'm the one that got to talk with you, because I really think it's going to be a great year, and I think West Washington, it's going to be well played for them to hire you and to get you in there. And I think what a blessing for our girls. They're definitely gonna learn a lot and grow a lot for sure.
I appreciate that, and I so hope you're right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk again for sure, and I can't wait to catch you like mid-season or like even towards the end of the season. It's going to be exciting to hear how the girls have grown and what changes, and as a coach, you're adjusting too all the time.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
I will be more than happy to speak with you, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, listen, keep up the great work. Good luck tomorrow against Clarksville. And everyone get on your red, white, and blue. Head out to the game. If you can't make it to the game, you can listen to the game. But, want everybody to get out there and cheer on the West Washington Senators. And good luck with the game.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. And take care, Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. That's Coach Kristen Missimore. I'll get the name right. If I say it enough, maybe I'll get it right. Anyway, I appreciate her calling in on them and on that, and pray for her father for sure. Looks like anyway, I want to thank our sponsors here tonight. That's our 3 county girl coaches. We talked with Taylor Drury. We also talked with Jerry Hickey and Kristen Missimore there. And I think maybe is this Coach Lowry? Hello? Coach Lowry? Hello? I'm not hearing. I can't get through. I don't know if that was him or not. He was. I didn't know time-wise if we had time, but we were going to hopefully get to talk to him tonight. I wanted to talk to him a little about what a great job he did Friday night, and how proud they are of the West Washington Senators and their Friday night football. And but I do want to kind of go back over. Maybe that's him, Coach Lowry. Hello.
Hello.
Is that you, Coach Lowry?
It's me.
Were you a little confused that it was Becky? Was that you were looking for Nate?
No, I'm driving. We had our conference meeting tonight, our PLAC conference meeting.
Okay.
I just had some bad connection, I think, but I think I'm good now.
I thought maybe I scared you off. What am I doing here? Anyway, the B team, they brought out the B team, and that's me, So, hey, we want to, thank you, and be safe on the road, okay? Hopefully there was no deer out there tonight. But we wanted to talk about, we were very proud of the West Washington Senators and their season, and we wanted to talk about last Friday night.
Okay, yeah. So we were fortunate enough to be able to advance into the second round, and we have Providence in our place. And, they were a very good, formidable opponent, and came out, and it was a heck of a ball game, great atmosphere. The weather was incredible. It was a great crowd, and both teams really showed up and played, and it was an exciting night. And unfortunately, Providence made a couple more plays than the Senators did, and they came out on top, 28-12. But I'm extremely proud of
how our kids played and how they represented themselves like they have all year long. Played with incredible excitement and energy, and just loved how they put themselves out there without fear of failure, and just left us with a lot of great things to build on in the future.
Definitely. And, you know, it was a good game, and you knew it was going to be a tough game. I mean, Providence, you know, was definitely bringing their game and to the Senators, and but definitely something to still be very proud of, and it was a real good game.
Yeah, you know, like you said, the kids played hard. We felt really good about the plan. Our kids prepared very hard all week long. They were very dialed in.
Yeah.
You know, we felt like it was going to be a very competitive game. Kids were playing well. They believed in themselves.
Yeah.
They believed in the plan, and so we knew they were going to go out and play hard. And really, you know, there was really two plays that just really kind of created the game, and you know, those are just the type of things that they're going to happen in a football game, and you know, it's not the fault of anyone. When you put yourself out there and you compete, well, sometimes it doesn't always fall your way, and that was the case, and in particular those two plays, and you know, there's obviously other mistakes in the game, but you know, our kids just really battled and stayed in the game the entire time, had a really great second half, battled themselves, got them back in the football game. We never would go away, which is always a good sign, and you know, super proud of our seniors this year. You know, we started with 5 seniors. We ended up having 2 more come out halfway through the school year, which was kind of unique.
Yeah.
Normally, I have an open door policy with younger classmen, but I've never had seniors ask me halfway through if they wanted to come out. Turned out it was 2 fantastic kids. They were both very academically strong, high-character kids. So I knew, regardless of the football that they were going to offer, I knew that they were going to be an instant addition, great additions to our locker room. And they were, and then they were able to contribute on the football field as well after a few weeks. So that was a win-win situation. So we turned out with 7 seniors. Super proud of the foundation they laid down. I mean, those 7 kids did everything we asked them to do and then some. And, you know, the fruits of their labor they will witness after they're gone, because they left a lasting mark on the rest of our football team.
I love that. Well, I guess you could call those 2 walk-ons, right?
Absolutely. You know, one of them scored a touchdown in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
You know, the other one was contributing on the all special teams for us. So it was a win-win situation, and it, you know, it kind of tells you where we're at in our football program when you have seniors that are wanting to come out in the middle of the year. You know, I asked both of them, you know, it's Mason Cox and Mason Jones, you know, guys, why do you want to play now? And they were like, Coach, it just looks like you guys are having a ton of fun. Want to be a part of it. However, we can help. And that's exactly what they did. And it was just, it was a great statement. And, you know, I got those guys writing a couple letters that I can pass out to other kids that I want to get football to try that haven't played in the past. So you got to love those success stories. And that was the fact of our entire senior class. I mean, all of them, like I said, they great kids, and they did everything we asked them.
Well, that means you're doing it right as a coach, and that's exactly what you want. And of course, you know, in high school sports, you want that. You know, it would have been so sad if they hadn't had, or if they hadn't had, if you didn't open that door and let them be a part, or if they hadn't stepped up to be a part. You know, it'd be so sad after high school. Oh, I wish I would have done that, or I wish I would have been a part of that. And instead, they stepped up and they said, hey, we want to be a part of that, and you know, they become a big part of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny you say that. We talk about that a lot. You know, we don't want our kids or
for that matter, any of our students at West Washington, we don't want them saying, I wish I would have, I could have, I should have.
Right.
All those things. Just try to remove the barriers where we don't have to make statements like that. It's that's what competition's all about. It's about putting yourself out there. And we talked a little bit earlier about that whole eliminating the fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
If you're putting yourself out there, there's no such thing as failure. You've already won.
Right.
And I just need kids to truly believe that and buy into that, and I just really believe that's how you raise your game, and that's how you take it to the next level.
Right. So how many will you, so I guess next year we have a lot of juniors coming up to be seniors then?
Yeah, so the program's very strong right now. We only had 7 seniors. We're going to have a strong junior class. We had a strong junior class. We'll move into that senior position, those leaders of our football team, our new caretakers, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And, the classes really start lining up after that. Our freshman class this year, really proud of that class. So a year ago, we had 4 8th graders. And now we've built that number up to 11.
Oh, wow.
Super proud of how that group's grown and how they've developed. That was our freshman class this year. Then we got a really big 2021 8th graders coming in that are going to be freshmen.
Oh, wow.
And then we have one more small class after them. We have 7 going to be 8th graders. But then it starts lining up. Like I said, you have the 21 going to be freshmen, and you have the 7 8th graders. Then there's another 22 going to be 7th graders. Then we go 19, then 18, then 19.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, the numbers are coming. And we're super proud of that. And, we've really tried to build the program at all levels.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Nance, Coach Matt Eaton, Coach Troy McKinney, Coach Tankersley, Coach Holden Bowsman, Coach Lee Robleski. Those are all guys that are high school and junior high coaches for us that all coach our youth football team.
Awesome.
And, we don't just go out and, watch them play on Saturdays. We coach them up through the week, and we've really put a lot of eggs in that basket of building the program from the bottom up. And it's really starting to show. Our junior high program is very strong. Darren Russell, our athletic director, he runs that. And Troy McKinney, again, that name pops up again. He helps there. And Eric Dennis, our SRO, he helps there. And Mason Armstrong. We just have a lot of really dialed in, dedicated coaches that we're very fortunate to have and makes a difference in our program.
Definitely. Well, awesome. And what a great season. And I'm so glad that we got to talk tonight, because I feel like that, the team, definitely deserves that. We need to, brag on them and talk about what a great season they have and had, and how proud they were. And these are going to be, these young men that are going to be graduating will go on and forever remember their high school career and, and their coaches.
Absolutely. It's something they'll never forget. It's a special time in their life. And I love the fact that they get to hold their head high, and knowing that they did it the right way. And this group certainly did it the right way, and I'm super proud of them.
Right. And you're raising some outstanding young men, and that's fantastic. And that's, they, for those that do get the opportunity to go on further, that's great. But if that's their last time, playing football, they're going to take these skills and all of the things that they've learned from you and your coaching staff and and make outstanding young men in our community, and if they choose to go other places, in the community.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's what it's all about. We talk a lot about doing the right things right, and talk about being a part of something bigger than yourself, and lots of qualities that they're going to carry on well beyond football. Football is unique in the fact that, in most cases, when you play your last high school game, in most cases you're done. There's a few that have an opportunity to go on and play a little longer, but it's not like basketball or tennis or volleyball or golf, things that you can do throughout your life. Football, when you turn that equipment in, it's over. And all you have left is the things you learned and the relationships you built. So that makes those things that much more important. And we certainly take those things serious, and really proud of how our kids have latched on to those things.
Definitely, and it seems like football, I mean, and not to take away from any other sport, because, they've got really, everybody gets really, really close in a team and relationship, but that brotherhood of the football, it just seems like there's just that really closeness that each team forever, no matter how old they are or how old they'll ever, that they become, they always have that bond.
For sure. Those are lifelong relationships. Those are people that will be at your wedding, and they'll be at special occasions in your life. And, recently I just had turned 50 a couple weeks ago, and I had one of my teammates who lived 5 hours away showed up to celebrate with me a couple weeks ago, and that's what those relationships are about. They're special because they last forever.
Yeah, definitely. Well, happy belated birthday. Yes. And anyway, again, thank you so much, Coach Lowry. And I'm a fan of yours and your family. And I'm so happy that that you are at West Washington. And I know that West Washington is very blessed to have you for sure as coach. And what a great season. We love listening to it here. I'm back here at the station listening and loving every minute of it. And I want to say that it's been a fun, definitely team to listen to, and a fun game. Some of the games were a little closer, little makes you a little more nervous than other games. But anyway, I guess that's for the thrill seekers, right?
That's right. It was one of those seasons that you're right. I mean, we had to go out and earn every one of them, and just like I said, proud of how our kids went about their business, and certainly it's been a pleasure to share it with you guys every week on the radio, and I appreciate everything you guys do, and it's nice when we have people that want to make high school athletics a priority, and because they are important, because of those qualities we talked about earlier.
Yeah, you're right. And supporting our youth, I think that, and I love that this community does that. Our community has been fantastic about that, and I love that part of us.
Absolutely.
All of us do that. Well, we'll close the chapter, and I guess in the season, anyway, I'm so glad we had this time together. And anyway, I guess we'll be talking about some basketball and wrestling and old things coming up for sure. But and then we'll catch up back with you, I guess, next season.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, Coach Lowry, thank you, and I'm very proud of you and all that you do at school and all of your team there at West Washington. So thanks for talking to me tonight.
Thank you. Best of luck.
All right, thanks. All right, bye-bye. Do you think he meant best of luck with this program? Anyway, best of luck that we get Nate back maybe next week. Anyway, we'll see what Nate's got going on. But we do have actually we're going into different seasons. We've left our football season. We'll be going to basketball. We'll be getting some wrestling and some other sports. And talking with the coaches is always fun to hear what all they have to say. And, of course, we're going to be getting the boys' coaches on, which is going to be fun, too. So it's going to be an exciting time. And anyway, so make sure you do tune in on Wednesday nights for Coach's Corner. We want to thank our sponsors, I'm very proud of our sponsors, and thank you for allowing us to do this. And these are the guys and gals that pay for this. Meadowview Healthcare Center, Salem Crossing, Harrison County Bank, Baptist Health, Jason Petmeyer, Farm Bureau, Don Jones D. Uplands, all wonderful sponsors. Thank you so much for that. Please do have a great night. And this is our 50th year for doing Coach's Corner. Yeah, 50th year. Yeah. And for basketball. And yeah, and we're going to the Purdue game. Yes, sorry. Anyway, I'm not very good with hand motions. Yes, I was going to say that. We're going to be joining the Purdue game now in progress.
Vote on November the 8th to make a difference. Vote Republican for Washington County and for Indiana. Elect your local Republican candidates. Judge, Circuit Court, Larry Medlock. Judge, Superior Court, Dustin Houchin. Prosecuting Attorney, Tara Coates Hunt. County Sheriff, Brent Miller. County Council District 1, Gerald S. Fleming, Sr. County Council District 2, Forrest Joe Walker, Jr. County Council District 3, Dustin L. Shell. County Council District 4, Karen Wishmeyer. County Auditor, Kyra Stevenson. County Recorder, Terry L. Graves. County Assessor, Sherry L. Wingler. County Commissioner District 2, Todd M. Ewing. For those of you who vote straight ticket, you need to make sure you pay attention to the school board, public questions, and any race where you should pick more than one. Be sure and vote in person to make sure your vote counts. This ad paid for and approved by the Washington County Republican Party.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit ASCCare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discount and savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply.
Coffee with friends, family dinners, watching the grandkids play soccer on Saturdays, church on Sundays. Sounds pretty normal, but COVID is still there, and if you aren't vaccinated, you're still at risk. We're almost back to normal. Let's give it a shot. Call Hoosier Uplands Economic Development Corporation today at 812-849-4457 to learn more. Let's give back to normal a shot.
Be sure and set your dials to WSLM 97.9 FM and 1220 AM next week for Coach's Corner Live. Brought to you in part by Salem McDonald's. To get a front row seat into local high school sports here in the WSLM Sports Zone.
He got pressed up against the baseline, but found a cutting Caleb First for the two-handed flush.
So it's 82-41, Purdue the lead. Truman State the ball. Here's a jumper with the left elbow. This one is up, and it is missed by Trey Shearer. Boilermakers with it. Ethan Morton at the top of the key. Crossover dribble goes to the left wing. Now the left elbow into Trey Kaufman-Renn, trying to back down his defender. Spinning to the left shoulder and scoring. That's 2 more points from the Purdue bench. Boilermakers bench has been great tonight. It's now 84-41 Purdue.
Trey Kaufman-Renn looks extremely comfortable getting